Hey friends, it's Sammy back with another episode of The Daily Dash. That's right, it's everything you need to know from around the world and in my life, straight from my car dashboard to yours. Today is Tuesday, August 14th, 2018. Let me tell you what you need to know so you're in the know around the water cooler and in Carline today. There was an attack, presumed terrorist attack, right in front of London's Parliament. Omarosa is claiming that President Trump used the N-word on multiple occasions. Reebok is trying to make shoes out of corn. Who knew? Aretha Franklin is said to be gravely ill. That was the word being released, unfortunately. Prayers her way. And what was today? It was National... You could tell it was a national day I wasn't that interested in, can't you? Yeah, I can't remember. I'll put it below. Of course, if you missed any of that, you can find it below. Of course, you can find me at @TheSammyCone on Twitter and Instagram, at SammyCone.com, and on YouTube. So what's going on? I'm sorry I couldn't get to you yesterday. Busy day of driving and then working and then exhaustion. And so let me give you a little bit of what happened. So since I last came to you on the dash, my son and I went to Cincinnati for the Western and Southern tennis open. And so Western and Southern Open tennis tournament. So we basically went there. This was the first weekend, which for those of you that don't follow tennis, it was the qualifying weekend. So there's a certain amount of players that get in the tournament just because of their world ranking. There's some players that are given a wild card, like Serena Williams. She's technically not ranked high enough to get in the tournament because she hasn't played a lot because she had a baby. But we know she's Serena Williams, so she gets a wild card, kind of an automatic entry in. And then there's the players that have to qualify to get in the tournament. So this weekend was the qualifying matches, and then Saturday was Kids Day, so there were special activities for kids. And then Sunday was High School Day, so there were special activities for high schoolers. I'm talking fast because there's so much to tell you. So some of you may be thinking, that doesn't sound that exciting. I want to see the big names play. Well, the reason we went is because everyone is there that weekend. They're all there practicing because no one has lost yet, because no one has played the main draw yet. So just for an example, and I think I'm going to do a full recap later because we learned so much. This is not a sponsored post. We actually had a really interesting incident with our tickets that ended up getting resolved. But anyway, I'll tell you about all of that later. But let me give you this example. Saturday, we got in for $18 collective because we bought center court seats in the grandstand. My son's was half off because he was a kid. We hardly sat in those seats because, again, even though there's some great players playing, it's not the big names that you would, maybe recognize if I told you, like I'm going to tell you in a minute. But all the other players are practicing. So for instance, grounds play didn't start till 10. The grounds opened at 8. We got there at 8, like front row parking spot. As soon as we got there, Garbine Muguruza, who was last year's female champion, was practicing. Serena Williams came on after that. And then we saw Roger Federer practice with Diego Schwartzman. And when I say practice, these guys are they warm up and then they're playing practice sets. So you're literally seeing these guys play. And I mean, literally, like as far away as I am from the camera, maybe a little further, like that's how close they are. So my son not only got to see Roger Federer, he signed a hat for him. I mean, we almost got crushed in the process, but he signed a hat for him. And then immediately on the same court afterwards was Andy Murray and Kei Nishikori. So Federer and Murray are my son's two biggest tennis idols. So all before lunch, we were like, oh my gosh. And we were so crispy because I forgot to put sunscreen on us. I know, I'm so crispy. So that's just a sampling of what happened. Sunday we were there from literally we got there later, 9:30 a.m. until 11 p.m. Gosh, there's so much to tell you. It was just so good. So here's how I'll sum it up. On the way out of town yesterday morning, we ran into, and when I say ran into, I literally mean I ran after them because I saw them at Starbucks. Mary Carrillo and Paul Annacone, two tennis legends, now tennis commentators, who I can only imagine were there to commentate. And I was telling them this is my son's first tournament and all these things, and she goes, oh, we just love Cincinnati. We love this tournament. Mary's words, anytime someone tells me, oh, the U.S. Open is too expensive, I say, go to Cincinnati. The player access is incredible. Again, much cheaper prices than any Grand Slam you would find. Just great experience. So, okay, I'm going to end because I've been talking too much, and I know those of you that don't care about tennis don't care about this, but it was an amazing mother-son trip. Let's just put it at that. Okay, I'm going to pray maturity over each of you today, specifically over my children who are starting school tomorrow, and the past 2 days have been filled with preparation and orientations, and we're at one right now, getting ready to go to another one. So I just pray maturity over each of you. Okay, friends, hope you have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them. Bye, friends.